Now, we've also got plenty of other things which are just amazing in design. Now, one thing to think about is the issue of sonars, and guess what? We've got natural sonars. I'd say God made sonars before man thought of them. And in fact, the discovery of bat sonar roughly coincided with the development of man-made sonars. And when this was during the Second World War, the British scientists were worried about leaks and security and all that. They thought when the bat scientists we were talking about sonar, they'd had a security breach. And I thought it was absurd that these little flying mammals that get in the belfries everywhere has this sophisticated sonar system they only just developed. But now we know very well bats have sonars, and in fact they say bat sonar is so much better than anything developed by human technology that little creatures seem to enjoy rubbing it in. And you even think that they can man-made sonar can distinguish echoes 12 meters of a second apart. That's pretty good, but the bats can go 2 to 3 million, so much closer together the pulses the bat sonar can distinguish. So bat sonars are better than man-made ones. And they even got other techniques, not just a straightforward matter of emitting a click and timing the echo. They even got what they call sonar strobe groups, so they can target their prey and avoid all the other echoes from the cluster. There's cluster from all the other things that the echoes are bouncing off, but they can actually focus in on their prey. And then you think of what else the bat sonar can do. It's got volume control. Well, you think about this. Now, as you get closer to a sound source, it becomes louder. And that's one problem. How do the bat control this? And in fact, you have to ask, why are bats deafened by their own clicks? Such sensitive ears, and you think their own clicks would deafen them. So how do they avoid this? They've got what you call time-varying gain control, like man-made sonars do. The bats thought of it first, which means God thought of it first, really. The bats didn't really think about it, did they? It's their maker who thought of it. So the thing is, what the bat does is it reduces its hearing sensitivity as it gets closer to the target, and it's because it has a certain muscle, the stapedius, there's one of the ear bones called the stapes or stirrups, and the thing is, it tightens it. You know, like in drums, if you tighten something, you can deaden the beat of the drum. The bat has something like that to deaden the eardrum. So it actually protects it from being deafened by its own sonar pulses, and it's pretty amazing there. Then think about this, to have bats ever evolved. Well, think about what we see here. What I've got there is actually the fossil of the oldest known bat according to evolutionary dating, and yet this evolutionist says the oldest bat fossils unearthed from rocks about 54 million years old, which of course I don't believe the dating methods, but the creatures they represent aren't dramatically different from living bats. It's interesting, bats have always been bats, isn't that what the Bible says? Things reproduce after their kind. And what I say here, hallmark features of these creatures include the elongated fingers that support the wing membrane and the extensive coiling of bony structures in the ears, a sign that they were capable of detecting the high-frequency chirps and echolocation. So the first bats were capable both of flight and of echolocation. There's no evidence in the fossil record that bats ever evolved from non-bats. But of course, bats aren't the only animal that uses sonar. There's also a type of bird called the oilbird that uses sonar, but the best known one would probably be the dolphin. I mean, the dolphin has been the envy of Navy sonar developers because, for instance, it can detect a fish the size of a golf ball 230 feet away. That's a pretty sensitive little sonar there. And in fact, the Navy scientists looked at the dolphin click pattern and found that they were mathematically designed to give the most accurate information from its surroundings. There's incredible mathematics involved in the dolphin sonar clicks. And they also have what we call the melon, this bulbous structure in the head. But that's actually a sound lens. It focuses the clicks into a beam. So it's all these sorts of structures which have to be working all together for the sonar to work, and they're all there. And then you've got the question again, how do dolphins avoid being deafened by their own pulses? Well, it's different from the way the bat does it. You see, remember what I said, that the bat reduces the sensitivity of its hearing. Well, what the dolphin does, it reduces the intensity of the clicks it emits, you see. So as the dolphin gets closer to the target, it automatically makes the clicks a bit softer. So once again, you've got this automatic control as the dolphin homes in on the target. And here's another thing, again, dolphins did not evolve because they said the ancestor of today's dolphins had an ear structure that suggests they could echolocate as well as their modern relatives can. So again, where's the evidence for the evolution of echolocation? It isn't there. They were always echolocating right from the beginning, just as we'd expect.